McLaren 1997.
If you wanna get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go.
McLaren's 1997 season was a new era. The red and white of its long-term partner Marlboro had gone, and in its place came the silver and black scheme that would define the next decade. To mark the occasion, McLaren hired London's Alexandra Palace and got the Spice Girls and Jamiroquai to perform.
We'll spend the night together, wake up and never
It was as glitz and glamour as Formula One has ever been. Benetton 2001. Benetton often went big for their launches, which should be no surprise given it was in Formula One to promote its fashion brand and was run by the gregarious Flavio Briatore. It had previously held launches in Sicily when its car was unveiled in an amphitheatre. For 2001, and the final year of its existence as Benetton, amid Renault's impending takeover, the team launched its B201 in Venice's Piazza San Marco. Jordan 2002. Formula One personnel spend a large portion of their lives in airports, but back in 2002, Jordan chose to launch their season in one. In a nod to their new partner DHL, Jordan selected Brussels Airport and a hangar owned by the company to unveil the EJ12, which was unloaded from the side of an Airbus A300. Sauber 2004. Sauber really opted to push the button back in 2004 when it enlisted the help of the Sugar Babes to launch its C23 at the recently opened Hangar 7. Before the car went, there was a performance by the overalls-wearing girl band, McLaren 2007. There were high expectations for McLaren in 2007. The team had signed double world champion Fernando Alonso, promoted GP2 champion Lewis Hamilton, and had a new high-profile title sponsor to boot. McLaren effectively shut down a portion of Valencia's streets for the evening launch, which attracted over 200,000 spectators, before Alonso and Hamilton carried out demonstration runs in the previous year's cars. McLaren 2011. McLaren again, and this time they headed to Germany's capital Berlin for the launch of the MP426. It was an unusual affair. 4 McLaren mechanics wheeled the half-built chassis into Potsdamer Platz, and members of the public brought other parts of the cars such as the side pods and front wings for assembly. Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button attached the headrest and the steering wheel to conclude the construction process. Ferrari 2020. Ferrari sparked its 2020 season into life in spectacular fashion, opting to launch its SF1000 at the historic Romolo Valley Theatre in Reggio Emilia, not far away from its Maranello base. A suited Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc were on hand to unveil the SF1000, and they were joined by an orchestra, choir and ballet dancers for a show that was grandiose and extravagant. Sadly though for Ferrari, it was a rare high point for 2020. They went on to finish a winless 6th in the standings, their worst result for 40 years. Alpha Tauri 2020. Red Bull's junior team had existed for over a decade as Toro Rosso, but for 2020 was rebranded as Alpha Tauri and needed a suitably stylish launch ceremony. That's exactly what happened as Red Bull's glass-domed Hangar 7 facility once again played host to a fashion show, with clothing company Alpha Tauri's products demonstrated to the world prior to the unveiling of the newly liveried AT01. But it was not all play and no work. After a late-night finish, the drivers and team were back to work early the very next morning for the car's shakedown at the Italian circuit Misano.